Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you are fine. Am I audible and visible to everyone? Good afternoon, Vaini. Good afternoon, Teja. Good afternoon, Chaturya. Again, I would start with telling you the same thing over and over again. If you have to send a message, any chat, please do it on the ID, which is by the name of Astic. I won't be able to see this ID on which I'm taking the class. So the other ID, Astic, that is what you use. And I hope you had a nice interaction. And let us get on with today's class. Chat should be sent on the other ID. Everyone understands this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand that you have to send the chat or messages on this ID of Astic? Yes, we understand that. Okay. Now, as far as I remember, in the last class, we had already discussed integration and we had started, yes, Bhojraj. Yes, Bhojraju, do you have any doubts? Please ask on the other ID. I'm getting messages on this, sir. Astic ID is not available. It's not possible to send on Astic ID. What's wrong? I mean, I'm logged in there with that Astic ID. You're not able to send it on that ID? Okay, maybe some problem. Don't worry. If there is a problem, you can send on this ID. I will try to manage it from this ID as well. If it's not going, there must be some problem. There are some problems in life that we have to live with it. Don't worry. Put it on here. I'll see it in this ID today. Yes, if I remember correctly, beta. Good morning, Mansa. Good. It's not morning, afternoon, beta. We were discussing scalars and vectors, and we had already discussed scalars. There were 2 points that we discussed in scalars. 2 things that you should remember about scalars. Can anyone tell me what were those 2 things that we discussed about scalar quantities? What were the 2 important things that we discussed about scalar quantities? Anyone? Waiting for answers. What were the 2 quantities? Magnitude. They can be completely described by their magnitudes. That is, magnitudes also include their units. So we discussed what are the units, what are magnitudes. We have already discussed that. Pranay, you said magnitude and direction. Scalar does not have any direction, beta. They only have magnitudes. Distance is a magnitude. Distance is a scalar. Yes, we discussed that. They only have magnitudes and they are completely described by their magnitudes. There was one more thing that I told you in the last class. One more small point about scalars that you should always remember. They can be added or subtracted just like numbers. Yes, Niharika, very good. So I hope you have read what we had discussed. They can be added or subtracted just like numbers. I also gave you some examples on that. 2 plus 2. If I am moving 2 meters, then I'm moving 2 meters. The total distance will be 4 meters. If I go from A to B, I take 5 seconds. From B to C, I take 10 seconds. Total time will be 15 seconds. We had discussed that. We also discussed about mass. Mass is also a scalar quantity. We can add it just like numbers, right? Now, since we have already discussed scalars, now what we should discuss, it automatically takes us to the discussion of vectors or vector quantities. Yes, Jayashankar, yes, Niharika, vector or vector quantities. And if I remember correctly, we had discussed these vector quantities. What are these vector quantities in physical quantities as well? Can someone tell me what is physical? Niharika has given me an answer before asking my question, before I can even ask the question. Great, Niharika, which have magnitude and direction. Yes, they have magnitude and direction both. Can anyone tell me what was the exact language I used? What was the exact language I used? Language is important. Because if the language is correct, that means you have understood it correctly. What was the exact language that I used for vectors? Anyone? Exact language that I used. I hope you have written that language. Yes, they follow vector laws of addition, but what was before that? How did I describe vector quantities? Can anyone tell me that sentence of vector quantities? Vector quantities are those quantities. Vector quantities are those quantities which require both magnitude and direction for their complete description. Please mark my words and remember them for their complete description. If I want to describe a vector quantity, I must tell you its magnitude as well as its direction for its complete description. Please remember these words. Small things make a big difference in your life. That was the first point that we discussed. We also discussed something like this, that they cannot be added just like numbers. Someone told me that they follow vectors law. I'm just not able to scroll on that chat. Something wrong. It doesn't work. So they follow their own rules of addition. They have their own rules of addition and subtraction for that matter. What are those rules known as? They are known as, so they follow vector laws of addition. Don't worry, we will be discussing all of these vectors law of addition. So for any quantity, any physical quantity to be known as a vector, to be treated as a vector, it must have two conditions fulfilled. It must meet two conditions. What are those two conditions? Can anyone tell me? What are those two conditions that a vector quantity must fulfill? What are the two conditions that a vector quantity must fulfill? They must have magnitude and direction. Am I audible to everyone? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Yes, they can be completely described by their magnitude and direction. Because I'm not seeing your chat on the original ID, it becomes very difficult for me to understand whether you are getting it or not. Okay. They need both magnitude and direction, and they follow vectors law. Now, there is one example, one particular example of one quantity which has magnitude and direction. Please listen to my word very carefully. There is one example of one quantity which has both magnitude and direction, but it is not vector. It is not a vector. Can you tell me that exception? Can you tell me that exception? It has both magnitude and direction, but it is not a vector. Why it is not a vector? Because it does not follow vector laws. There is one particular quantity which has both magnitude and direction, but Hanak thought is not the answer. But it does not follow vector laws. Therefore, it is not a vector. What is that quantity? Anyone? I'll give you a hint. It is one of the 7 fundamental quantities. It is one of the 7 fundamental quantities. That's the hint. Can anyone tell me what is that quantity which has both magnitude and direction, but it is not a vector? CD, not candela beta. It's current. Current is one such quantity which has both what, Vahini? It has both magnitude. Current has a magnitude. It has a direction as well, but it is not a vector. Not a vector. Why it is not a vector? Anyone? Can I have some raised hands? Can someone tell me why it is not a vector? Because it does not follow. Does not follow what? Vector rules. Yes, it does not follow vector laws of addition, and hence it is not a vector quantity. Yes, Santosh. Yes, Pranay, you are absolutely correct. Great. Now, so we understood this current is not a vector quantity. Now let us talk about some vector quantities that we all know about, and shoot. Tell me your examples of vector quantities that you have heard about. And I'm sure you have heard about a lot of these vector quantities in your previous classes. Tell me some examples. Shoot. Acceleration, Niharika starts with the acceleration and velocity. Let us start with displacement, because that is the first thing that we'll do. Displacement, then velocity, then acceleration, then force. ठीक है, इतना चलेगा अभी. All these are vector quantities which require both magnitude and direction for their complete description. Am I clear with this concept of vector? The definition of vector. Can I have some raised hand so that I can move forward? Can I have some raised hand? Clear, sir? Okay, I'm getting some 10-15 raised hands. Great. So we are participating. Great. Good. We already have around 100 messages. Okay. So now we know that vector quantities are those quantities which require both magnitude and direction. Now comes a question. Now there should be a question from your side. I am expecting a question from your side. Sir, the question would be like this. Sir, why do some quantities require direction? Why do some quantities require direction? What's wrong in just telling the magnitude? Why does not the magnitude completely describe them? Why we have to say the direction? There must be no need of saying the direction. Why there are some quantities where we have to say direction? What difference does it make to my life if I talk about force and if I just tell you that force is 5 newtons? What difference does it make if I don't tell you the direction? Does it make any difference? Let us try to understand. Since they have movements, okay, Hannah, movements, great thought. Let us take the example, this very simple example we will take, and this is the sort of question that will come to us in the later chapters. What is this blue thing? What is this blue thing? Anyone? This is a body which has a mass m. So this is just a body. It may be a block, it may be a car, it may be anything. It's just a body mass. And what is this black thing that I've drawn? This black thing with this, all these symbols here. What is this? This is just your floor or ground or anything on which this body is kept. Surface, yes, surface, floor. It may be a tabletop, it may be something. And this small signs that I've drawn here means that it cannot move. So this hatch signs means that this body on which it is kept cannot move. Can you understand this? So whenever I draw something like this means that it cannot move. It is stationary. Am I clear? Am I clear with the symbols that I'm going to use in the coming time? Okay, so this body, the blue body, is kept on a surface. The surface cannot move. Now let us see what happens if I apply force. So someone tells me that a force of 5 Newton is applied at the center. So I draw a force like this and I write 5 Newtons. Okay, great. Now, this force could have been applied in a different way. This force could have been applied in this direction, 5 Newton. I've drawn different forces by different colors. This force could have been applied like this, 5 Newton. Green one. This force could have been applied like this. That's again green one. So I should not use green again. I should use some other colors. Black one. 5 Newton. Now see, if you talk about the magnitude of this force, the magnitude of this force, whether it's red one or green one or black one or that orangish one, the magnitude is all same. My first question is, are all these forces same? The red one, the green one, the black one, and the orange one, whatever it is. Are they all same? Are they all same forces? No, sir. Viney says no, sir. Anyone else? Hanak says yes. Viney says no. Hanak says yes. So it's 1-all. The game is 1-all. Euro Cup is going on. It's 1-all. Pranay also says yes. That means these forces are same. So yes, Jayashankar also says yes. So Viney is losing. Hanak says no now. Chaturya says yes. So basically, yeses are more and no's are less. Viney, you are correct. Sanjay with the specs on his head says yes. Great, Sanjay. Great to see you. All these forces are not same, beta. Please try and understand. Please try and understand. All these forces are not same. Remember, force is a which quantity? Force is a vector quantity. Now, if I talk about this red force, whenever I apply this red force, the body will probably move in this direction. Yes or no? Probably the body will probably move forwards. If I apply this force, the orangish one, same force in terms of magnitude, but I have changed the direction. The body is not going to move forward. Probably the body is going to move backwards. If I apply the green force, which is also of the same magnitude, but I apply it in a different direction, the body may move like this in air. It may move in air. If I apply the same force in black, same magnitude, the body may not move. It may get depressed. It may get deformed. That means if I just say a force of 5 Newton is applied, I will not be able to describe it completely. I will not be able to describe the effect of that force. 5 Newton will act in different ways depending on the direction. Am I clear with this point? If I apply it like this, the force will behave differently. If I apply it like this, it will behave differently. If I apply it like this, it will behave differently. Can I have some raise hand that we understand that direction is important over here? 10, 12, 15. Great. So that is why just saying 5 Newtons, this 5 Newtons is the magnitude. This 5 Newtons is the magnitude. Obviously, it has a unit because without unit, nothing will make sense. This 5 Newton is the magnitude. This 5 Newton, just saying 5 Newton will not make any sense. It is useless. We also have to say the direction. And that is why certain quantities, vector quantities, require direction. Am I clear why direction is required? And if we don't say direction, your answer is absolutely wrong and incomplete. Shall I repeat? If you talk about vectors and you do not talk about direction, your answer for me is absolutely wrong and it's incomplete. We all understand this? Thumbs up, raise hands. Yes, sir. No, sir. I don't understand, sir. I'm not in this universe, sir. My soul is somewhere else, sir. Yes, we are there. We are there. We are in the same universe. Okay. This universe has its own laws of physics. Other universe will have different laws. Okay. So this is the first point that you must understand. Vector must have magnitude and direction. What was the second point that we had written here? Can anyone tell me what was the second point that we written, Ashutosh? Sanjay? I like your whatever that is. Vectors laws of addition. Now Niharika says vector laws of addition. Why they are added differently? Why they are added differently, bhai? Why we need different laws for their addition? Why they can't be added like numbers, sir? Ask me such questions. That will make you understand that you are thinking, sir, why there are 2 points you have written? We have understood probably the first point. But why do we need separate laws for them? Why we can't just add them like this? 5 plus 5 is 10. Why we just can't add them? I'll draw a diagram again. Give me a minute. What is this that I'm drawing? Meanwhile, you can say, what is this that I'm drawing? This is my flow, right? You understand this? This is my flow. Okay, I'm getting answer because they have different directions. Yes, so now we'll come to this. Again, this flow has a body of mass m. Yes, Yashwant. Great to have you in the chat. Now let us see what happens when I apply force. We have already seen that in the previous thing. Again, let us go back. Let us say I apply a force here, 5 Newton. This is force number F1. This is force F1. Okay. Now, if I apply another force, let me call this as F2 in the same direction. 5 Newton in the same direction. And someone asks, what is the total force acting on the body? What is the total force acting on the body? Your answer would be, what would be your answer? What is the total force? 10 Newton, yes. 10 Newton, yes. Everyone is right. Sanjay is right. Sanjay with the nice specs. Raju, welcome Raju. You are there for the first time probably. 10 Newtons. Then you will say, Raju, do not write n as small. N has to be capital. It is a unit. It has to be capital. So it's the same as addition, na? 5 plus 5 is 10. You are saying different laws I need. What is this? This is not correct. 5 plus 5 is 10. Why we are needing different laws? It is same 5 plus 5, 10. We can add them like numbers. No. Now look at the next one. Suppose instead of this green one, I had this force, F3. And it is also equal to 5 newtons in magnitude. Now, what is the net force acting on the body? It's 0 Newton. Now, in first case, I was getting 10 Newton as the net force. In the second case, I am getting 5 Newton at the next force. Now, please see what I'm writing. Please see what I'm writing. Please see what I'm writing. And remember this. In first case, case number 1, how do I write it? Net force, please remember. In first case, the net force was F1 vector, because it is a vector, plus F2 vector. In the second case also, the net force, when I write it, it is equal to F1 plus F3 vector. But in first case, your answer was 10 newtons. In second case, your answer was 0 Newton. Why does this answer change? Why 5 plus 5 in one case was 10? And why 5 plus 5 in the second case was 0? Yes, because the direction has changed, Sanjay. Sanjay, with respect, direction has changed. Direction varies. Since the direction varies, I can't just use simple laws of addition. 5 plus 5, 10, 2 plus 5, 7. I just can't use them because I'll have to take into consideration the direction part of it. Now, let me make one more force here. Let me make it blue. If my force would have been 5 Newton like this, let me call this as F4, and the value is still 5 Newton. The value is still 5 Newton. In this case also, case number 3, I would have written net force as, please tell me how would I written the net force? How will I write the net force? What will be the net force in case number 3, where red one is going like this in the forward direction and the blue one is going up in the upward direction? Can I have some answers? How will I write it? You don't know how to add them, but how will I write it? I've written case number 1 and case number 2 for you. How will I write case number 3? Case number 3 will also be written in the same way. It will be F1 vector plus F4 vector. Santosh, there are only 2 forces, yes, F1 and F4. So answer is still F1 plus F4. I have taken out all the other forces, right? But Chantosh, F2 and F3 are not there. F2 and F3 are not there. Only F1 and F4 are there. Yes, that's correct. So the answer is still F1 plus F4. But the value that I'll get will be different. Why it is going to be different? Question. Why it is going to be different? Because what? Direction is different. Yes, Santosh, direction is different. And therefore, my answer will be different. In fact, I'll just move on to the next sheet. In fact, let me just make it here. Just make a small point here. In fact, 5 plus 5, 5 Newton plus 5 Newton, depending on 5 Newton plus 5 Newton, depending on the direction. Mark my words, small things make a big difference. 5 plus 5, depending on the direction, can be anywhere from 0 to 10. It can have any value anywhere from 0 to 10. Do we understand this? 5 plus 5 in vectors, 5 plus 5 Newton in vectors can have any value ranging from 0 to 10. Ranging from 0 to 10. Do we understand this? Do we understand this? When is the value 0? Santosh, when is the value 0? 5 plus 5 is 0. When is the value 0? Sanjay, with respect. 5 plus 5 is 0. When is the value? 5 plus 5 is 0. When does that happen? Not at rest. When both the force are in the opposite direction. Do we understand this opposite? One force is like this, the other force is like this. The yes, dash is opposite. Yes. In that case, I will get 0 as the answer. When will the answer be 10? When will the answer be 10? When they are in the same direction. It can be in this direction, it can be in this direction. Backwards or forwards. Backwards or forwards. Am I clear? So both the things are important in vectors, whether it's when we are saying, we must say their magnitude and direction, otherwise it does not make any sense. And we must be adding them using special laws. Those laws are known as vector laws of addition. Bhojraju, do you have any doubt? Please tell me. I will be able to solve your doubt. Are we clear with this simple picture of vectors? Magnitude and direction, and they are added differently. That takes us to the next one. Next slide. Next whiteboard. How are vectors represented? How are vectors represented? Now, to represent a vector, I'll just draw, we call it in mass line segment. So it has one end, and one end it is infinite sort of thing. A, B. How are vectors represented? Ray, yes, ray. Not a line segment, yes, I was wrong. Ray. AB, ray. This AB is a vector. This AB is a vector, and how do I denote it by a vector? By writing an arrow here. Do you understand this arrow? This arrow tells us that this is a vector, AB vector. Am I clear? AB vector. Now this A is known as the tail of the vector. Tail, pooch, tail. Animals have tail. If this is known as the tail, point B will be known as A is known as tail. B is known as what? B is head. Correct. Niharika, Mansa, correct. B is head. A is tail, and B is head. Very good. And the vector is always written like this. A, the tail is written first, and B, the head is written later. Do we understand this? A, the tail is written first, B, the head is afterwards. Now this should have two things. It should have magnitude. It should have magnitude. It should have direction. This vector should have two things. It should have magnitude. It should have direction. Yes. Now the question comes, what is the magnitude of this vector? What is the magnitude of this vector? Deepak, what is the magnitude of this vector? AB, yes. So here I find out the length of this line. Here I find out the length of this line and simply call it AB. So its magnitude is equal to length of the line AB. Am I clear? Can I have some raised hands? Length of the line AB is the magnitude of this vector. Can I have some raised hand? Yes. Only 10 out of 40, 15, 11, 15. Okay. Now, I can write in a different way. This AB, which is the magnitude of the vector AB, can be written like this. AB, this is AB vector. And when I put these two dandas, now these two danda means, I put these two dandas in integration. Then someone was telling me, sir, this is the magnitude. Then I told you, sir, beta, this is not the magnitude now. If it is the magnitude, I will tell you. Now I have put these two symbols. Now what does these two symbols mean? These two symbols respond to the magnitude of the vector. Yes, it's Sanjay with a spec. Magnitude, it is always positive. You should be always positive. Don't let negative thoughts come into your head. Should be always positive. So AB ka magnitude is simply length of the line AB. I'll just write it. Length of the line AB. And you can simply write it as AB. Am I clear? Am I clear with this concept of what is the magnitude of the vector? It is the length of the line AB. Can I have some raised hands? Only 2 participants have understood? 15, 12. Great. AB magnitude is the length of this line AB that I've drawn. What about the direction? Do I know the direction here? How do I know the direction of this vector? Apply some common sense. Right side. Right side. No. From A to B, Hanak. Yes, Hanak, you are correct. The direction is from A to B, from tail to head. Tail to head. That is the direction of this vector. Am I clear, bacho? Again, I'll repeat it. A vector AB. A is the tail. B is the head. How will I write that vector? I will write that vector as AB vector. I will put an arrow sign above it. You can see this arrow sign above it. A is known as the tail of the vector. B is known as the head of the vector. The magnitude of this vector is the length of the line AB. You can simply write it as AB. The direction of this vector is from A to B. You understand this? Clear? Everybody clear? This is what the introduction of vector is all about. Now, in the next class, we will be discussing about different types of vector, and I'll give you a small homework. I think you have the notes with you for vectors. Do you have the notes of vectors with you, everyone? Hanak, Deepak, everyone, you have the notes of this vectors? Yes? Okay, so I would request you to read the types of vector from the notes. There are different types of vectors written here. Equal vectors, parallel vector, anti-parallel vector, collinear vector, zero vector, unit vector. Is everyone able to see my slide? I read sir yesterday. Great, Anna. Great. I'm very happy with you, Anna. Great. Okay, Vahi. Great. I probably sent you the message on Telegram that you must read vectors. I hope some of you have followed me. If some of you have followed me, it's good. If some of you, please follow me and do what I say. I think it will be good for you. Orthogonal unit vectors, please read all these type of vectors, polar vectors, axial vectors. We are going to get into a very good situation where we will be dealing. Even I read. Great, Vahini. I'm impressed. If you read these vectors, the only point of giving you notes is that you read them before coming to the class, so that your class becomes more interesting. That is the only reason. Just read them so that we can speed up our speed as well. Coplanar vectors, we'll go through all these type of vectors, and you will be very fascinated to see. And then we will understand this triangular law of vectors. They are added by different laws, and then we will deal with this law. And once we have dealt with these laws, we will be doing some problems. We will be doing DPPs. I hope you have done the DPPs. When will the class start, sir? Today or tomorrow, beta? Which class you are talking about? Physics class, maths class, bio class, which one? Chemistry class? Please let me know. So once we are done with this, we will be doing the DPPs for vectors. I have given you a DPP of basic maths that has differentiation. I hope you have done that. That has integration. I hope you have done that. The third part is vectors. So we'll do the third part of vectors in the DPP. We'll do the DPP. Their physics class tomorrow will be at 12:30, beta. Sanjay, you have come for the first time, I guess. 12:30 will be your physics class tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay. So I'll end the class here. Please go through these notes in your app. And as sir said, this app is really great. Oh, tomorrow is I'm sorry. Tomorrow is your exam. I'm sorry. I just lost the track of days. Tomorrow is the exam, and whatever we have done up till now, units and dimensions, functions, and differentiation that will come in your exam. So have wishing you all the luck for the exam. I just lost the track of time. Tomorrow's exam, we'll meet on Monday 12:30. Okay. And if you have any problems, you can always come up to me. I'm always there in the Telegram group. I'll check your messages constantly. Every doubt you can ask me. Else the class is finished. I hope you had a nice day. Okay, bye.